don't know what entry means. I don't know the meaning of entry. So I look up the word entry in the dictionary. Yeah. Um, Another one is the meaning. When we want to know the meaning of a word, what an expression means, we look for the definition in the dictionary. Yeah, that's how we look for the meaning of the word. We look for the definition of the word. Now, to know the word form, because many words in English or many other languages, I would say, yeah, they have different word forms. Yeah, and that is the part of speech. Yeah. For instance, I have we have words that are nouns, that could be verbs, that could be an adjective, an adverb. Yeah, so noun, verb, adjective, adverb, all these things, they are part of speech in a dictionary. Yeah. I'm gonna share better that with more examples. Yeah, further in this lesson, of course. Yeah, let me try to bring you guys here different view this time, so we get better. Okay, I guess my visual will go better like this for this time. Well, um, how to say a word correctly is the pronunciation of the word. And yes, the dictionary provides. Shit, yeah, now I gotta keep it here. The dictionary does provide. Yeah, the dictionary provides this for us. Yeah, the dictionary. I'm gonna share more about that later too. Yeah. Now another one we have is a word in a dictionary that means the same or a similar word. That word is a synonym. Yeah, some words they have their synonym, words that are the same or similar. And on the other hand, yeah, words that are the opposite, that mean the opposite. These words are the antonyms. Yeah, this is the opposite of a word in the dictionary. And some words that are more casual, or more of a familiar use for people, these words are more informal. Yes, they're more informal words. They're more casual. And archaic words, when you see in the dictionary, archaic, it's because the word is very old, usually not in use anymore. Very few people use the word because it's archaic. Yeah, it's an old word. Yeah, that's possible to see in the dictionary. So you see the word, yeah, and then you see beside the word, usually in brackets, in parentheses, you see archaic, because it's a very old word, and probably people don't use this word anymore on the street. So it's going to be very rare for you to see this word being used by people. Now I'm going to read, yeah, an idea here for you about dictionaries, yeah, just so you practice a little bit of listening. And as I'm speaking about dictionaries, feel free to take some notes of some words that you don't know that you could learn, yeah, that you could learn from a dictionary. And then I'll give you more tips how to use the dictionary. For instance, like dictionaries, they are reference books that help you understand words. Yeah, they contain entries for all of the words and expressions in a language, or at least most of them, because every language they have like new words being created every year, yeah, perhaps every month, yeah, or even every day. Yeah, so it's hard to catch up. You need a new print of such reference books, such dictionary. But that's pretty much all the entries, yeah, for all the words and expressions in a language. Now, how well do you know the order of the alphabet? Because dictionary entries are in alphabetical order, as I said. Yeah, so they go from A to Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yeah, so on until letter Z. They begin with words starting with the letter A and end in words starting with the letter Z. Yeah. Um, Now, look at the first few letters of a word you want to look up. Yeah. Then open the dictionary to find words that begin with that letter. And then you go back and forth in the pages until you find the word you are looking for. Yeah. that is a one simple and I believe one of the most common ways for people to look for words in the dictionary. Yeah. Now make sure it has the exact same spelling because many words in English they look very similar, and it's possible you're looking at one word and you think it's the word you're looking for, but it isn't. Yeah. So make sure all the letters are quite the same before you look for the definition and you take an exercise with that. Yeah, or you do an exercise with that. And some English words have more than one dictionary entry. Yeah, the first entry has the most common definition. Yeah, and dictionary entries also show you part of the speech. Yeah, the part of speech. Like I said, they show if the word is a noun, if the word is an adjective, if the word is a verb, yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Oops. Some words, yeah, they have more than one word form. Yeah, so you gotta look up the most basic form of a word to find the meaning. Yeah. Uh, for example, we look up run, not running, because sometimes running could be the noun and run could be the verb, or even a noun. Who knows? Yeah. So it's good to understand what is the part of speech, what is the base form that you are looking for. When you are looking into a dictionary. Dictionary entries, they tell you the spelling, the meaning, and the pronunciation of a word. Yeah, some dictionary entries, they also tell you similar words, which are called synonyms. Yeah, and dictionaries may also show you antonyms. Yeah, in some cases. These words that mean the opposite, the word informal, for instance, mean that the word is suitable for a situation between friends or relatives. Yeah, so if you are speaking with friends or relatives and you see in the dictionary that they say informal, it means that, okay, it's good to use. Yeah, it's good to be used with friends or relatives when it's informal. And again, emphasizing this, words in the dictionary, when you open the dictionary and you see words that say archaic, yeah, that read archaic, means that the word is too old and it is not used anymore. People don't use archaic words anymore. Yeah, I can even archaic. Yeah, I'm writing that on my YouTube live. Yeah, I don't think I can do that on TikTok, so I'm not going to write it in here. Not sure if I can write as I speak here on TikTok, so just going to write that on YouTube for those who are there. Yeah, and but feel free to open in both platforms if you will. And there are many types of dictionaries. Yeah, and picture dictionaries for new learners, young learners with pictures to help people with the definitions. I always recommend people to do association so you can use images, pictures to help you understand the definition of a word. Yeah, that helps a lot. Yeah, and bilingual dictionaries offer entries in two languages, English and Spanish, English and Arabic, English and Chinese, English and Portuguese, English and Japanese, yeah, in two languages. I usually don't recommend translation for you to expand your vocabulary knowledge. I always recommend you look for just one entry, English dictionary. So you look for English definitions and you really understand the true meaning of a word, the true definition of a word. I prefer that way. Yeah. And online dictionaries, yeah, they are easy to use. Yeah. You just type down the words you want. Yeah. And the online dictionary will provide you with the word, and even better than paper in a lot of cases, because a lot of dictionaries nowadays, online dictionaries, they have the pronunciation of the word by clicking an audio button. You usually have an audio button. You just click and they will pronounce the word. Like you see the word dictionary, you click and they say dictionary. Yeah, you will pronounce the word. Yeah, so that's pretty cool too. Now, when I was saying like we can use the verb look up, yeah, in two different ways. The literal meaning is look up. Yeah, look toward the sky or the ceiling, whatever that is. Yeah, so we look up. But also, as a phrasal verb, yeah, look up means to search for an answer using a reference source, such as a dictionary. Yeah. So, what is look up? I don't know what look up means. So, I get my dictionary and I look up the word look up in the dictionary. Yeah, I find the definition, the meaning of that word using the reference book that is the dictionary. Yeah. Again, I'm showing here look up is a verb and look up is also a phrasal verb. Yeah. We have, I'm sharing two meanings here for you. Now, parts of a dictionary entry, we have the word. Yeah, that is the main entry that will start with the base form of the word. For example, apple. Yeah, if you're looking for the word apple, you find in the dictionary apple, not apples. Yeah. You find the word run, not ran. Yeah. So that's what we find. And there may be several entries for the same word. Yeah, each entry will have a slightly different meaning. So find the word with the correct part of speech. So you are making sure. So you ensure that you are looking for the correct word. Now, what is part of speech again? A dictionary entry will tell you if the word in the part of speech, yeah, if the word is a noun, if it's a verb, if it's an adjective, if it's an adverb, if it's a preposition, or if it's an expression, like I said, like a phrasal verb or an idiom, like an idiomatic expression. Yeah. And another way to say part of speech is, again, word form. What is the word form? In a dictionary, the part of speech may also be an abbreviation. So if the word is a noun, yeah, it's possible you see the letter N. If you see the letter N, it's because that word is a noun. If you see the letter, the letters, the abbreviation ADJ, period, this is an adjective. If you see the letter V in a dictionary, that means this word is a verb. Okay, that's how you see the part of speech, the form of the word in a dictionary. Now we also have, like I said, for online dictionaries, we have the option of, okay, I'm good here. We have the option of a pronunciation, the audio. Yeah, so look at the letters and symbols between the backlashes. Yeah, we have um, slashes. Yeah, in a dictionary. And in this backlash, yeah, between these slashes, we have different pronunciation. We have the way to pronounce the word, the way to say that word you are looking for in the dictionary. Yeah. Different dictionaries use different pronunciation symbols. So you got to be aware of that. Some dictionaries, they are simpler to use that form so you understand how to pronounce such words. And some dictionaries, they are a little different. And some dictionaries, they use the IPA. IPA is the International Phonetic Alphabet. Yeah, and well, online dictionaries, again, in my opinion, they are the best for learning pronunciation because they allow you to play the recording of the word and you can hear the pronunciation. Like I said, you pronunciation. So you click there, beep, and it goes pronunciation. Yeah, so you hear the dictionary, yeah, the computer pronouncing that word for you. We also have in the dictionary the section of the definition of the word, and that is each entry, yeah, they gives the meaning of the word in simple English. Yeah, the dictionary usually give you the simple English definition for that word so you understand. Of course, you may need to go through a few entries to find the meaning that goes with the word you're looking for. Yeah, and you may need to look up some words in the definition to understand it, but that's totally fine because you learn even more. Example, you are looking for a definition of a word in the dictionary, and I'm going to do it now. Yeah, here in my computer, just so you have an idea. Yeah, oh, I'm going to look for the word um, definition. So looking up the word definition in my dictionary, it gives, this is the first definition as a noun. Okay, so the part of speech here is a noun. for the word definition in my dictionary, and it says a statement of the exact meaning of a word, especially in a dictionary. This is the definition of the word definition. Yeah. Now, let's say in this definition, I don't understand statement. What is statement? You can online dictionaries, okay. If it's a paper dictionary, you have to look for that word. But here I click on the word statement and it gives me the definition of the word, and it says the definition of the word statement, the part of speech, it's a noun. I can see the pronunciation in backlashes, and it says statement is a definite or clear expression of something in speech or writing. This is the definition of the word statement. And then you can go back to the definition of statement and associate one thing to the other. Yeah. That is how you improve, you expand a lot. Yeah, you open your mind and expand a lot your vocabulary knowledge, yeah, in English. In English and any other language, to be honest. Yeah, because you can get dictionaries from other languages. Like I said, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, French, Italian. Yeah, and you will expand your knowledge because you will be looking at these words and you learn more and more words and how to use these words. The beginning is always hard. It's always difficult because we don't know a lot of words. But the more you practice, the more you do, the better you get. Yeah, of course, it's clear. Yeah, practice makes better always. In dictionaries, we also have an example sentence. A lot of dictionaries, if not most dictionaries, a lot of dictionaries, they have example sentence. I love this. Yeah. So they include an example sentence that helps you learn the word and learn how to apply the word into a sentence, into a context. Yeah. And sometimes different contexts, different ideas. That's amazing. Yeah. Practice. And when you learn new words, I always recommend practice writing example sentences for these new words. Yeah, this helps you remember. So here, statement. The word statement, it's in my dictionary. A definite or clear expression of something in speech or writing. Example sentence. Do you agree with this statement? Do you agree with this clear expression of my speech? Yeah, this is correct as a statement of fact. Yeah, that could have another meaning, but you see, this is a sentence. Yeah. So you can create, using your imagination, other statements just so you can expand your vocabulary knowledge on how to use words in English. Yes, that is the idea. Yeah. And here, another one I have is um, synonyms and antonyms. That's another thing that dictionaries share. Many dictionaries include words that mean the same. Yeah, and that is the synonym. And dictionaries also provide words that are the opposite definition, the opposite meaning, and that is the antonym for that word. Sometimes a synonym is a more basic word to learn and use in your speaking and writing, if you will. Yeah, if you want that to happen. Yeah. Um, Now, for instance, let me share another word with you, the word happy. Okay. A lot of people would know the word happy. Yeah. So um, if I give you, if I tell you, butterflies always seem happy. In a dictionary, this is a part of speech. Yeah. Because, I'm sorry, butterflies always seem happy. This is the example sentence. I'm giving you a sentence using the word happy. Butterflies always seem happy. This is a sentence. Yeah. So it's an example sentence in a dictionary. Now, if I say the word happy, happy is a good feeling. Good feeling. This is a definition. This is the definition for the word happy. Now, here, um, if I say happy is an adjective, happy being an adjective, it is a part of speech. Yeah, that is happy as an adjective. It's part of speech in the section of the dictionary. If I say, if I have the word happy and next to it or at the end of it, I have the word sad. The word sad is the opposite. So the word sad is an antonym of the word happy. This is also in the dictionary. And again, if I have backlashes or slash, yeah, and then I have apostrophe, H, a sound, yeah, design, yeah, letter, and then I have like P, and then close the slash, for instance, ha, P, yeah, with pronounced H, yeah, voiced H. That is the pronunciation section of the dictionary. Yes, we can have pronunciation section in both written dictionary, paper dictionary, and online dictionary. The only difference is when it's paper dictionary, we only have access to the phonetic alphabet. Yeah, the letters on how to pronounce the words. Whereas when it's an online dictionary, usually we have access to play the recording of the word, yeah, of the sound of the word. So we hear how to pronounce it. And you click on that button, click, yeah, you hear happy. Yeah. So it's possible to hear how the word is pronounced. In some dictionaries, even, yeah, they offer they provide both American and British pronunciation. Yeah. So when they say like Harry Potter sounds American and Harry Potter. Yeah. They say like British. Yeah. So it's possible you have both pronunciations of that word. Well, these are some of the parts of the entries, yeah, of a dictionary. Now, here, just a little bit of a review. Dictionaries, they are organized in alphabetical order. Yeah, and a word that means the same or a similar, yeah, or a similar word to that word you are looking for is a synonym. And the verb form of the word definition is define. So we are trying here to define words. Now, the opposite meaning of the word you are looking for is the antonym. And you can look up the definitions of words in a dictionary, as lookup is this word we use to search, yeah, for words in a dictionary. And again, when the word is really, really old and it's not in regular use anymore, people don't use it anymore in conversations. This word, and it's possible to see in the section in the dictionary, they say this word is archaic. If the word is archaic, the word is very old. People don't say that anymore. The word, if they say, oh, the word sometimes is a noun or the word is a verb, the word is an adjective, it's an adverb. This is the part of speech in the section of the dictionary, the entry of the dictionary. And of course, the dictionary that may have more than one for the same word, that is the entry. Yeah, they have many entries. Like I said, we even have like two entries for the for two languages. Like it's possible you have the English entry and the Spanish entry to have that word in English and the translation to Spanish, for instance, if Spanish is your mother tongue, if Spanish is your native language, which I don't recommend. I prefer you do definitions than translation. And of course, if you see there that the word is informal, if the dictionary says that the word is informal, I'd also recommend that you do not use this word in a business setting. Informal words that you see in the dictionary that is informal, these words are mostly used in when we talk with friends or when we talk with relatives, people from our family, yeah, father, mother, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, yeah, and other family members. Now, sure, I'm a, I'm just gonna explain a little bit to you how pronunciation works. Feel free to type down or write some words that for you they are difficult, and then I'll come back so we can do an exercise together. For instance, most dictionary entries they include pronunciation information, and the information about pronouncing the word is found between two virgules. Virgules is like slashes. You know? Pronunciation information includes the sound the letters make, and the number of syllables, and the placement of syllable stress. So yes, the dictionary separates the syllables. Yeah, if the word has two, three, four syllables, you will see usually a dash, a hyphen, or perhaps even a space separating the syllables of the word. Intelligent, yeah, and poor, yeah. For instance, uh, uh, separating like important, yeah, or whatever, regardless of how many um, syllables the word has, it will be separated, yeah, in the dictionary. Maybe not all dictionaries, but a lot of dictionaries they will separate the syllables for you. Yeah, like I said, usually with a dash, yeah, a little hyphen would separate the syllables of a word. Um, and the letters and symbols are usually written in and italics or italics, depending where you are, where you're from. And the letters, the primary stress for the word is a mark that looks like an apostrophe. If you see a little apostrophe before, yeah, the syllable, that syllable is the stressed syllable. Like I said, for instance, interesting. The word interesting, or the word travel. Usually, you'll see an apostrophe before the word tra, before the syllable tra, because tra is stressed, the stressed syllable. We don't say travel, no, we say travel, travel. So the first syllable is stressed. So in this case, you see an apostrophe in the dictionary, you see an apostrophe before the word or the syllable tra. Now, on the other hand, for example, the word begin, you see the stress here is in the second syllable. Begin, begin. So as the stress is in the second syllable, we pronounce um, the apostrophe will be after b, before gin. So you say b apostrophe gin, begin. That's the apostrophe in the dictionary is showing you, yeah, the stressed syllable. Again, I'm going to recommend, if you are watching this lesson about dictionaries and how to use a dictionary, if you have a dictionary online, or you can open one on a website or something, or you can have a paper dictionary to follow along, yeah, the explanations I'm giving. That will help you a lot to understand much clearer what I'm explaining here. Yeah. Well, again, hyphens, dashes, they usually separate, yeah, the syllables. In some cases, it could be a little space or something like that. And some dictionaries, they do not separate the syllables. So beware of that. Yeah. And most online dictionaries, I think they allow you to listen. Most, not all of them, they allow you to listen to the pronunciation of the word. Again, you just click on the audio icon. You see, like you have a little speaker, yeah, with some waves. Yeah, this is usually the icon that you would click, and you can listen more than once and repeat. Yeah, so you click icon, and you click icon. Yeah, listen. Yeah, and you can listen to the pronunciation of the word, and you repeat for a better pronunciation. And you can even associate the pronunciation of the word in the dictionary, excuse me, with the um, phonetic alphabet. So you understand more and more how to read the phonetic alphabet, just in case you don't have access to the pronunciation of the word. If you see the phonetic alphabet in brackets, yeah, in the vergus, between the vergus, you'll be able to understand, like, oh, this is how I pronounce this word. And your life will be so much easier. Yeah, I love using dictionaries, and I use them all the time. Yeah, I'm watching a movie, I'm watching series, I listen to something, even though I understand some stuff, I like to go into the dictionary just to understand, like, why was this word used here? Is that a, what is the part of speech here? What is the word form? Is this an adjective? Is this a preposition? Why? Yeah. This helps you expand your knowledge, open your mind a lot. Yeah. Vastly, for sure. Well, from this pronunciation thing that I'm saying with you, what is the word that you believe that was most difficult for you? You can share that in the chat here, but if you share nothing in the next few seconds, I'm going to share one here. Well, the word I'm sharing then is, I got one here, vergu. What's a vergu? What's the word? So the word is vergu. Now, what is its part of speech? The word virgue, yeah, Virgule, virgue. I'm going to type it down here on YouTube. Virgue. The word virgue is a noun. Yeah. Archaic word for noun is substantive, but it's a noun. Yeah. And what is the definition? Well, the definition is basically another term for slash. Yeah. It's just another term for slash. It's literally like a comma from the Latin virgula. Yeah. But basically, what is a slash, you may ask me? Well, a slash is an oblique stroke. Yeah. Uh, the little cut that you see in usually websites. Yeah. When it's a long website, you see some slashes. Yeah. You see some virgues. Yeah. And usually used between like alternatives and virgue slash or. Yeah. In fractions, 1/4. Do you see the number one? You see a virgue and number 4. Yeah, 1/4. Yeah, this is a virgue. This is a slash. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's the idea of a virgue. And how many? Oops. How many syllables does the word virgue have? Well, I'd say that it has 2 syllables. Virgil. Yeah, 2 syllables. Virgil. The stress is in ver, because the apostrophe in the dictionary, if you look for it, will be before the word, the syllable ver. So that's where the stress is. Virgil. Yeah. And in the case here, my dictionary does not show any antonym. However, it shows me a synonym, and that is the word slash. Why does it show the word slash and it says like another term for slash? And I have explained that before, but the dictionary here, it shows another term for slash, the definition of the word virgule, because the word virgule isn't too common for people to use. It is not usual. I'm using that because it's a different word. It's a nice word. Yeah, it's a beautiful word. You can use, yeah, fancy words, sophisticated words sometimes to, yeah, explore your level of English. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah. Basically, the dictionary here shows me the definition virgule. Yeah, thanks for the gifts. And the word virgule, the definition of the word virgule is slash. Yeah, another term for slash. So that's the synonym that my dictionary is giving me. And again, slash is. Then, if you look for the word slash in the dictionary, then you will see the real definition of the word slash. There are different meanings, the word slash, but I'm looking for the definition of the word slash that is similar to the word virgule. And my dictionary even tells me it's the sense 2 of the word, so it explains where to look for. Yeah. You have to look into what is the correct definition for that word in that context. That is extremely important. Um, okay. And again, part of speech. Yeah. A little bit of an exercise with you here. Again, part of speech in English. Yeah. The main parts of speech are nouns, verbs, articles, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. These are the main parts of speech in English. I'm going to repeat that. We have nouns, verbs, articles, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. Nouns are people, places, things. Yeah. For example, pronounce I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, mine, yours. These are all pronouns. They are words that can replace the nouns. Yeah. Alan, I. Yeah. Nathan, you. Yeah. Muriel, you. Yeah. People in the live. Yeah. So they are, yeah, words that can replace the nouns. He, she. Yeah. Nouns and pronouns can be subjects of the sentence. Yeah, because they start the sentence. They are taking the action in the sentence. Yeah, and objects of a sentence, or and nouns can also be the objects of a sentence or objects of a preposition. Yeah. Um, Verbs are the action or state of being in a sentence. Yeah, most verbs are action verbs. Yeah, that usually have one or more parts. Like I said, run, is running, has been running, has run. Yeah, so they have different forms. If it's present, if it's past, if it's perfect, if it's future. Yeah, they have different forms, and the most common state of being, yeah, no action verb, is be. Yeah, verbs usually follow a subject that can be followed by an object. Yeah, and with imperative verbs, the subject, you, for instance, is dropped. What's an imperative verb? You know, when people give you orders, command, this is usually the idea of an imperative verb. And you can find that in a dictionary as well. You know, when you are given an order, close the door, open the window. We don't have a subject. You close the door. No, we say close the door, open the window, turn on the lights, turn off the air conditioner. Yeah. Examples of imperative verbs. Articles are little words that give information about a noun. They come before a noun and usually show how many of a noun there are. Yeah, common articles, they are a and n for indefinite articles, a and the for definite article. Yeah. Other similar words are determiners, such as like a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, or a quantifier. Quantifier, many, a few. Yeah, these are examples of quantifier. Adjectives, let me just check one thing. Yes, are give information about the nouns, color, shape, size, and etc. Yes, and they have two common patterns in English. Yeah, before a noun or after the be verb. Adverbs are words that can describe the verb's adjectives and other adverbs. And prepositions are words that indicate direction, time, place, and conjunctions are the short words that join two sentences into similar parts of the speech. Well, if you have any questions, yeah, I'd like you to comment that in other videos or even videos that I'll post about this live, and I'll be happy to share more about these things, yeah, and other lessons in future lives. Thanks for sharing your time here, yeah, and stay sharp. Keep practicing. Practice makes better. Cheers. Close that up.